What is going on in the London and St. Thomas real estate market? The stats are in, and June 2026 went to some changes, and I wanted to share that with you. I've already posted my deep dive market stats video for all of you folks that love your statistics, numbers, the really true breakdown, but I wanted to give you my own perspective today, just in terms of what has happened in the month of June, providing you an update. Sandra and I have been operating in London, Ontario for nearly 20 years, and we believe that the best way for you to make informed decisions is to have appropriate data. And I think that there's a lot of real estate agents out there that really aren't dissecting the data in the way that they should be. So in June of 2026, 753 homes changed hands via the multiple listing service. And that is for the London and St. Thomas Association of Realtors. That was up 1.6% compared to June 2025. And on par with June sales over the last 4 years. So pretty steady in terms of that normal activity. I believe it was more and has continued to be more of a delayed spring market. I thought the numbers would be up a little bit more, but things have been on track. So the June sales to new listings ratio was 41.6%, on par with May, which came in at 42.8%. So what do we know about this? A ratio between 45 and 65% indicates conditions of a balanced market. So what that stat specifically means is that we are remaining in what is a buyer's market. Buyer's market means that people have more choices. They are a little bit more discerning, but we're inching back upwards into more of that balanced market. It's going to take a long, long ways to get to what we consider a seller's market. That's that 65% and beyond. Historically, we've seen slower activity during the summer season, but the June data has given us a steady start. Average sale prices did see some fluctuation last month. So our London and St. Thomas average price was $606,614. That's down 6.7% from the same month a year ago. So when you think about that, 6.7% down on average for the pricing. By comparison, the May average sale price was $662,292, while it was $618,665 in April. Inventories remain stable with 4.6 months of inventory recorded in June. But you can see that that's a pretty major difference, over $50,000, upwards of $60,000 in a month over month change. So it's not that the sky is falling when it comes to price, but we know as the market continues to move through the season, we will see more of a discerning buyer, leading to more negotiation and some downward pressure on pricing. With the changing nature of real estate agents can be a great resource for consideration when selling a home. Every home's unique, and that can lead to pricing changes as well. I'm going to give you the breakdowns for area. So Central Elgin, June 2026, average price $610,187. London East, $455,100. London North, $700,372. London North remains the highest sale price per average across all of our local markets and local areas. London South, $602,313, which to me is surprising. I'm surprised that the North is almost $100,000 higher than the South, actually. But I think that we can see some fluctuation based on the specific niche down areas of each pocket. So if you're in South London and you see that North London's over $100,000 higher, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to apply to your specific home. But I think that it's important to take a look at the big picture when you're really niching down an area such as Northridge or Uplands versus Byron versus Westmount, things like that. Middlesex Center, $963,376. That's amazing that we have a nearly $1 million average price point in Middlesex Center. St. Thomas overall, $524,184. Strathroy Caradoc continues to hold strong, $649,806. So on average, The benchmark price, $561,100, and the average sale price, $606,614. The benchmark price reflects the value of a typical home. I've mentioned this before, as assigned by buyers in a certain area based on various housing attributes, while the average sales price is just by calculating all of the sale prices for homes sold and dividing it by the total number of homes sold. The benchmark price is helpful to gauge trends over time, since averages may fluctuate by changes in the mix of sales activity from one month to the next. So you can see that there's been a lot happening inside of the market. We're looking forward to an upcoming interest rate announcement, which will be later this month. And I think that it is a fantastic time to explore options. My purpose is to give you something different in terms of deep market research. So it's one thing to understand what's happening with pricing. It's one thing to understand the type of market that we're in. You know, whether you're a buyer's market, whether you're a balanced market, or whether you're a seller's market. But our purpose is to give you very specific and detailed market data tailored to your individual home. Because again, every home is unique. Every client that we work with has different motivation for why and when they're selling as well. And so we know that there are people that absolutely have to move, and they need to be a little bit more on the aggressive side when it comes to selling their property. We know that many people are going to move, they want to move. They're seeking more of that fair market value. And then we know that there's folks that still want to test some pricing, which is okay. We want to understand the motivation in terms of taking specific clients on. You don't want to be too far out of range, but we know the numbers. We know the average list to sale time. We know exactly what's going on in the market. And we're having tremendous success for our sellers so far in 2026. One of the best years ever that Sandra and I have actually had, in fact, in terms of helping people navigate this ever-changing market, looking at their individual needs, tailoring an exact plan of execution for our listing strategy, looking at, the potential for staging media with video and drone and virtual tours and all the stuff that we normally do, and then positioning the property properly for each individual home's needs, whether we are seeing more people coming in from the GTA and the Toronto market into specific areas, whether we're making sure that certain segments of demographics see the property more based on the way that we target market through our stealth ads, my software company Selling Tools, where we have Google experts and Med experts that can run ads specifically for your property, and just ensuring that every step of the way, the home plan strategy is marketed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until your property is sold, and making sure that it's getting in front of the right people. These are the things that we look to support London and St. Thomas homeowners with in 2026 and beyond. It's a great time to evaluate where you're at in current space and time. Feel free to reach out anytime for a confidential conversation, coffee, just to find out what's happening in the market, how that applies to your specific home. And we would be happy to support in any way we can. Our mission is to serve and support London homeowners before, during, and after the sale. And if you have any questions at any time, just reach out to us. You can visit us online, www.ryanandsandra.ca, or give us a phone call, 519-601-1160. We're happy to meet with you, happy to connect, whether you're moving in 6 days, 6 months, or 6 years. Makes no difference to us. We do this at a very, very high level. We have for a very, very long time. And we want to continue to support you with whatever your real estate needs are, or just getting some simple strategies, tactics for maybe down the road. Feel free to reach out. If you enjoy this content, be sure to like and subscribe. Take a look at that real deep dive market research data video that I did. I'm going to post it in my blog as well. And if you have any questions, we look forward to hearing from you. Have a great rest of July, and look forward to seeing you at some point this summer.